And up.
Without the Derby, horse racing would have a totally different one.
I never thought I'd have a horse of that quality,
I don't know if it's healthy to want something that bad, and maybe that's why it has eluded.
Here they come, and it's anybody's race through the stretch. Executive position.
He's in the gate. I mean, it's hard enough to get a spot in the gate.
They're off.
Journalism and sovereignty, nose to nose. Sovereignty to rule the Kentucky Derby.
And I knew it was the horse to beat. I knew it.
It meant the world to me.
The emotion was pretty strong there.
And there you have it. The 151st Run for the Roses is now in the books, and Sovereignty is your 2025 Kentucky Derby champion. The Bill Mott-trained horse edged out journalism for the top spot today. Thanks for joining us here on Derby Day. I'm Alex Dieterer. Here's a quick look at your top three. Sovereignty wins you nearly $18 on a $2 bet, while Journalism pulled in about $5 for second prize. Baeza, who was not even supposed to be in the race until a scratch, takes home third and wins you $8.38. Sports director Kent Spencer was at the track and shows you all the action.
The talk entering Derby 151, it was going to take a special effort to beat the favorite, Journalism. Well, Sovereignty provided that effort. And for trainer Bill Mott, who won in 2019 with Country House via DQ, he finally got a chance to experience the thrill of victory.
Bill, what did it feel like to watch him cross the finish line first?
Well, the emotion was pretty strong there for a few minutes. I was lucky enough to be with my family, and to share that with them was really great. It's going to hit me more probably later on than it has right now, but I mean, it's a great feeling. I always wanted to be here. I always wanted to be in that winner's circle over there, and by having a horse do it the right way. And this horse has earned his way into the race, and he performed today. I mean, he came, it was no fluke that he won. I mean, he trained like a good horse, and I think he proved it today.
It's still unbelievable, sinking in still. This race only once a year, and it's just still unbelievable. I'm just very glad that I got it done. The Sovereignty run that hell of a race for me, and just very happy.
No apologies today, just a lot of, I'm very grateful for everybody that had anything to do with it. I mean, I just happen to kind of be the leader of the group at this moment.
Coming up a little later in sports, Mott will break down exactly how Sovereignty was able to get it done in the Run for the Roses. Reporting at Churchill Downs, Kent Spencer, WHAS 11 News.
Well, it was another wet Derby day this year, but the weather didn't deter fans from heading to the track, but it might have played some factor. Final numbers from Churchill Downs shows 147,406 people were in attendance today. That's nearly 10,000 less than Derby 150, which drew nearly 157,000 people. Those that did show up didn't let the rain stop them from showing off their best fashion, all decked out with fascinators and fedoras, the fashion trends that remain tradition at the Downs.
Yes, it's the Run of the Roses, so I had to pull out the old high school dress for the roses, and I made my hat all by myself.
Even with the mud and the rain, fans still had plenty to do at the track, from betting to enjoying the Derby drink of choice, a mint julep. Meanwhile, neighbors outside the track are taking advantage of the swells of crowds that come to Churchill every year, opening up their driveways and sometimes yards to park cars for those headed out to the fastest 2 minutes in sports. The night team's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester show us how the party is just as big outside the track as it is inside.
Hey, you got any parking spots, man? Yes, sir.
Where it all begins in surrounding Churchill Downs neighborhoods.
It's been pretty busy, but with the rain, it's been kind of hard to get cars up because we park cars in our grass.
Parking for the Derby continues rain or shine.
Our favorite place to be on this day.
Renting out their yards for the thousands of Derby goers.
We got $30 parking all night, all
family tradition for people like the Rusts that runs almost as deep as the Derby itself.
Oh, my Aunt June lived here, and she just passed, and so we're parking cars for the last time in her place.
While new homeowners are picking up the tradition.
Even getting wet in the weather, you get to meet your neighbors. Well, I'm getting to meet my new neighbors.
Veterans notice a difference in the crowds.
Usually we'd be full by now, but hopefully the weather changes.
This is not as busy as I've seen last year when it was 1 to 50. Is the busiest Derby I've seen so far.
And even businesses have parking down to a science. Look, we're not too far away from Churchill Downs, right at the corner of Taylor and Central. Take a look here at this speedway. They've got cars packed in like sardines. And for homeowners who also sell their parking, it's not just about navigating the hecticness.
I'm loving it. I'm having a good time. You know, it ain't about money, it's about fun.
There may be different prices.
She's the one that waves them in. I'm the one that gives them the good deal.
And different business methods.
And we also do reservations if you want to come back the next day.
Nobody's trying to undercut anybody, oversell. I mean, if, you know, we fill out, we direct them down the street or whatever the case may be. So it's pretty cool. Everybody's been real friendly.
No racing on this side of the tracks. For the WHAS 11 night team, I'm Clarice Shaley on your side.
And before the Derby, stars and local celebrities were out on the red carpet today. Our Ian Hardwood and photojournalist Jessica Farley were there today and have an inside look at what celebrities were looking forward to most.
It's just part of American history, and there's so many friends that you run into only at the Derby. There's definitely an energy and a heartbeat and a feeling that goes on.
I think Kentucky Riz is when you get the new suit, you have a few surprises on the inside. So apparently I got a little more aura today than I did yesterday.
Joey Fatone invited me to the Derby with him. That's my boy. I'm just telling him how I got here. And I had never been here before.
I like bringing new people.
And yesterday we did the Oaks, and it was literally like the most fun I've had in forever.
I love it out here, man. Hopefully I'll be able to come back years and years after this, and hopefully I'll have a horse in this in the future.
Simone Biles was the one to give this year's Riders Up call and also made an appearance on the red carpet. Rapper Young Gravy also graced the red carpet today, and several country stars like Travis Tritt marking his 28th Kentucky Derby. Well, the big boy toy auction in French Lick finished up today. The rest of Jamie Knowles' 43 cars were auctioned off for his restitution. Yesterday, 22 cars were sold, but they were nowhere near the $1 million goal they had made for them. Focus reporter Travis Breeze was there today for the auction and shows us the cars that drove up some big numbers.
Well, day one saw 22 Jamie Knoll cars sell for $183,000. If they wanted to get to their pre-auction goal of $1 million, they would need some big bidders and some flashy cars on day two.
All right, folks. Who wants to bid on a Jamie Knoll car?
The hits came early on Saturday. This Dodge Super Bee going for $50,000. Knoll's 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner going for $100,000 even, to a couple from Wisconsin who said they learned about Knoll before the auction. Jared Franklin from Bloomington, who brought his kids to their first ever auction, bought Knoll's 1959 Chevy Corvette convertible. What do your kids think? Are they enjoying it?
They're enjoying it. It's exciting for them.
And what do you plan to do with the car?
We're going to drive it.
Knoll's 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon with 238 miles sold for $160,000, and the first of two Plymouth Superbirds went for $162,500. In the crowd was the judge who gave the auction contract to Freegie and Freegie, Judge Larry Medlock, attending his first ever car auction.
I thought I was just astonished. I knew if it was in better shape it would bring more, but considering the shape that it was in, I'm very pleased with the outcome.
But they didn't let the judge stay in the crowd. Known for his gavel slams in the courtroom that broke a gavel block,
today is that day.
They brought him up to finalize the sale of Knoll's second Superbird.
The car is sold, $175,000.
Did you break it?
Oh! It didn't splinter like I thought it was going to.
And on that gavel slam, the auction passed its $1 million goal. An auction fee and fee for rehabbing the cars does need to be applied. In French Lick, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.
The auction also included a special auction for injured Orange County Sheriff's Deputy Zach Andre. Today, he received a standing ovation at the Jamie Null car auction. Andre returned home last month and is recovering from his injuries after he was shot several times during a traffic stop back in January. Half the proceeds from one of the cars at the auction that was sold today went directly to his recovery. 2 people are dead and a third was sent to the hospital after a shooting overnight in the Parkland neighborhood. LMPD says it happened in the Kroger parking lot on Broadway. When officers arrived, they found a man and woman who had been shot. Both were taken to the hospital where they died. LMPD says a third victim was transported to the hospital by private means and is expected to survive. Police say there was a large crowd in the area at the time. And a man is now in the hospital with severe injuries after being hit by a car in downtown Louisville early this morning. Officers responded to the hit and run on 2nd Street. Investigators say the victim was walking in the road when someone hit them with their vehicle. He was taken to the hospital where he is in critical condition. If you have any information about either of these cases, you can call the anonymous tip line at 574 LMPD.